It was 3 a.m. when I jolted awake, my calf muscle twisted into a knot so tight I thought I might scream. Fellow seniors, you know that pain, the midnight leg cramp that feels like your muscle is being wrung like a wet towel. After months of these brutal wake-up calls, I refused to accept that this was just part of getting older. Through research and countless conversations with other seniors, I discovered something remarkable. 70% of us over 60 suffer from leg cramps, but they're not inevitable. I found 6 simple foods that virtually eliminated my night cramps and have now helped hundreds of seniors do the same. These aren't exotic superfoods, they're affordable items, probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Before I share my first game-changing food, I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more practical health tips that work at our age. Now, let's start with the most powerful food that I call nature's muscle relaxer. 1. Bananas. Nature's muscle relaxers. Let me tell you about my neighbor Richard, a retired postal worker who just turned 78 last month. For years, Richard would hobble to our morning coffee gatherings, exhausted from being awakened 3 or 4 times a night with leg cramps so severe they brought tears to his eyes. His doctor kept prescribing various medications, but the side effects bothered him almost as much as the cramps. Then Richard's grandson, a college nutrition student, suggested something remarkably simple: eating a banana every day. At first I laughed, Richard told me. How could something as ordinary as a banana help when expensive medications couldn't? But being desperate for relief, he decided to give it a try. Within just 2 weeks, his nighttime cramps had decreased by 80%. Now, 6 months later, he rarely experiences them at all. What's the secret? It's potassium, a mineral that works like a natural muscle relaxant. Think of your muscles as a team that needs to work together smoothly. When potassium levels drop, it's like having team members who can't communicate properly. Your muscles get confused, contract when they shouldn't, and ouch, you get those painful cramps. Bananas are packed with potassium that helps your muscle cells talk to each other properly. What I love about bananas is how easy they are to include in your daily routine. Richard simply eats one with his breakfast, but there are countless ways to enjoy them. My personal favorite is slicing a banana over my morning oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon. My wife mashes half a banana on whole grain toast with a thin spread of peanut butter. It's delicious and gives you protein along with the potassium. For those hot summer afternoons, try freezing peeled bananas and blending them for a creamy, natural ice cream that's gentle on your teeth but still satisfies your sweet tooth. Here's a tip many don't know. The riper the banana, the more potassium it contains. Those bananas with brown spots that you might normally throw away, they're actually potassium powerhouses. The natural sugars in riper bananas are also easier for our older digestive systems to process. I've found that a slightly overripe banana before bed works particularly well for preventing those 3 a.m. wake-up cramps. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I just don't like bananas. I hear you, not every food works for everyone. If you can't stand bananas, there are alternatives. Oranges and sweet potatoes, which we'll talk about later, also contain good amounts of potassium. Or try orange juice, no sugar added, mixed with a tiny pinch of salt. It's not quite as effective as a banana, but many of my friends find it helpful. What amazes me about this simple solution is how something so ordinary, something our grandchildren have in their lunchboxes, can make such a profound difference in our comfort and sleep quality. Richard now brings bananas to our coffee gatherings to share with others. It's not just about preventing pain, he says. It's about reclaiming my nights and having energy during the day. Have you tried bananas for leg cramps? I'd love to hear your experience in the comments below. 2. Sweet potatoes. The overnight miracle. I'll never forget the night everything changed for me. After weeks of painful leg cramps jolting me awake at 2 or 3 a.m., I was desperate. That evening, I had roasted some sweet potatoes as a side dish for dinner. Nothing fancy, just sliced them and baked them with a little olive oil and a pinch of salt. I didn't think much about it until the next morning when I realized something remarkable. I had slept through the entire night without a single cramp. It seemed too good to be true, so I tried it again the next night. Same result: peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. After 6 months of experimenting, I can tell you with confidence that eating a medium-sized sweet potato with dinner has reduced my nighttime leg cramps by nearly 90%. I call it my overnight miracle because the results feel almost magical, but there's solid science behind it. Sweet potatoes work so well because they contain a perfect trio of muscle-supporting nutrients. First, they're loaded with potassium, even more than bananas in some cases. But what makes them special is the combination of potassium with magnesium and fiber. Magnesium is the true unsung hero for our muscles. While potassium helps your muscles communicate, magnesium helps them relax. Think of potassium as the conductor telling the orchestra when to play, and magnesium as the one signaling when to rest. Together, they create harmony in your muscles. The fiber in sweet potatoes slows down digestion, creating a time-released effect that keeps these minerals feeding your muscles throughout the night, exactly when most seniors experience cramps. It's like setting up a slow-drip IV of natural muscle relaxants while you sleep. What I love about sweet potatoes is how versatile they are in the kitchen. I've found that simple preparations work best. Try cutting 1 1/2 lengthwise, brushing with a little olive oil, and baking at 400 degrees for about 35 minutes. The natural sweetness intensifies, making it a satisfying evening treat. If chewing is an issue, as it was for my sister after her dental work, try making mashed sweet potatoes with a touch of butter and cinnamon. No sugar needed. For something different, I sometimes make a simple soup by boiling sweet potato chunks with an apple, then blending with a little milk and nutmeg. Timing matters too. I've found that eating sweet potatoes about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime works best. This gives your body time to start processing those crucial minerals so they're available when your muscles need them most during those deep sleep hours between 2 and 5 a.m. If you eat them too early in the day, you might miss the overnight benefit. Here's my special cooking tip that many don't know. Don't peel your sweet potatoes. The skin contains additional fiber and nutrients that help with absorption. Just scrub them well, and if the texture bothers you, try slicing them extra thin before roasting so the skin becomes crispy. I remember my friend Dorothy scoffing when I suggested sweet potatoes for her leg cramps. "I'm not a rabbit," she said. But after 3 nights of uninterrupted sleep, she called me, amazed at the difference. "Why didn't my doctor ever mention this?" she asked. Sometimes the simplest solutions are hiding in plain sight, right in our grocery store's produce section. Have you tried sweet potatoes for your leg cramps yet? What's your favorite way to prepare them? 3. Oranges and citrus fruits. Daytime defenders. Martha, a sprightly 73-year-old from my senior walking group, used to dread our afternoon strolls. Not because she didn't enjoy the company, but because about halfway through, her legs would seize up with painful cramps. "It was embarrassing," she confided to me. "Everyone would have to stop and wait while I sat on a bench trying to massage the pain away." Does this sound familiar to any of you? Those unexpected daytime leg cramps can turn a pleasant afternoon into an ordeal. What changed everything for Martha was something surprisingly simple: an orange. One day, another member of our walking group suggested she try eating an orange about an hour before our walks. Martha was skeptical, but willing to try anything. The very first time she tried it, she completed our 2-mile route without a single cramp. Now she never walks without having citrus fruit beforehand, calling oranges her daytime defenders. While bananas and sweet potatoes excel at preventing nighttime cramps, oranges and other citrus fruits shine during daylight hours. The secret is twofold: vitamin C and hydration. Vitamin C plays a crucial role in producing collagen, which helps maintain the health of your muscles and connective tissues. Think of vitamin C as the maintenance crew that keeps your muscle fibers in good repair. Without enough of it, your muscles become more vulnerable to stress and strain during activity. But what makes oranges particularly effective is their high water content. They're about 87% water. Many daytime leg cramps are triggered by mild dehydration that we don't even notice. As we age, our thirst sensation becomes less reliable, making it easier to become dehydrated without realizing it. Oranges provide both fluid and electrolytes in a perfect natural package that your body can easily absorb. I've found that timing matters when it comes to using citrus fruits to prevent cramps. Eating an orange, tangerine, or grapefruit about 45 to 60 minutes before physical activity gives your body time to absorb the nutrients and fluids. Or try incorporating them into your lunch if you typically go for a walk or run errands in the afternoon. My wife likes to add orange segments to her midday salad, while I prefer eating half a grapefruit with my lunch. How can you tell if you might be low on vitamin C or dehydrated? Watch for these signs: feeling unusually tired during the day, experiencing dry mouth or lips, noticing your urine is darker than pale yellow, or finding your skin doesn't bounce back quickly when pinched. These subtle signals often appear before cramps start. Here's my special tip that's made a tremendous difference for our entire walking group. Try drinking a small glass of orange juice mixed with a tiny pinch of sea salt about 30 minutes before activity. The natural sugars in the juice help your body absorb the water more efficiently, while the pinch of salt adds trace minerals that help prevent cramps. Don't use too much salt. Just a small pinch is all you need. Martha now brings a thermos of this mixture to share before our walks. "It's not just that I don't get cramps anymore," she told me last week. "I have more energy throughout our entire walk, and I don't feel as wiped out afterward." Have any of you tried citrus fruits to prevent daytime leg cramps? I'd love to hear if oranges work as well for you as they have for Martha and me. Fourth, yogurt. The bedtime protector. Bob, my 80-year-old fishing buddy, had suffered from nighttime leg cramps for so long he'd resigned himself to them as just part of getting old. His legs would cramp so severely that his wife could see the muscles knotting under his skin. Despite trying bananas and sweet potatoes, he still experienced breakthrough cramps that disrupted his sleep several times a week. The turning point came when Bob's granddaughter, a nutrition student, brought him a container of Greek yogurt during a visit. "Grandpa," she said, "eat this before bed tonight." Bob was doubtful, but gave it a try. To his amazement, he slept through the night without a single cramp. Now, after 6 months of making yogurt his bedtime snack, Bob reports that his chronic leg cramps have decreased by nearly 90%. Why does yogurt work so well as a bedtime protector? The answer lies in calcium, the mineral your muscles need to contract and relax properly. Many of us know calcium is important for bones, but few realize its crucial role in muscle function. Think of calcium as the traffic light for your muscles. It signals when to contract, go, and when to relax, stop. When calcium regulation gets disrupted during sleep, you experience those painful involuntary contractions we call cramps. What makes yogurt particularly effective at night is the combination of calcium with protein. The protein in yogurt contains amino acids that help your body utilize calcium more efficiently during the overnight hours when cramps are most likely to occur. It's like having a slow-release calcium delivery system working while you sleep. Timing matters with yogurt. I've found that having a small serving about 30 to 45 minutes before bedtime provides the best protection against night cramps. This gives your digestive system time to start breaking down the protein and releasing calcium before you enter deeper sleep stages when cramps typically strike. Not all yogurts are created equal for this purpose. Greek yogurt is particularly effective because it contains about twice the protein of regular yogurt. Look for plain varieties with no added sugars. The natural tartness pairs wonderfully with a small drizzle of honey if you need sweetness. Full-fat or whole milk yogurts tend to work better than non-fat versions as the fat helps with calcium absorption. Here's my special recommendation that Bob and I both swear by. Try combining a small bowl of Greek yogurt with half a sliced banana about 30 minutes before bed. This creates a super shield against leg cramps by providing the perfect balance of calcium, protein, and potassium. Bob calls it his miracle mixture and hasn't missed a night in 6 months. For those who don't enjoy the taste of yogurt, there are alternatives. Cottage cheese provides similar benefits, or you can try calcium-enriched almond milk. But nothing has worked quite as well in my experience as good old-fashioned yogurt. Have you tried yogurt for nighttime leg cramps? I'd love to hear your experiences. Fifth, spinach, the hidden powerhouse. I want to share what I call my Spinach Sandwich Test with you. After trying bananas and sweet potatoes with good results, I was still having occasional leg cramps. So I conducted a simple 1-week experiment. I added a handful of fresh spinach to my lunch sandwich every day, just tucked between the turkey and cheese. Nothing else changed in my routine. The results? My occasional breakthrough cramps disappeared completely. Even my chronic morning foot cramp, you know, that painful arch cramp when you first stretch your feet in bed, vanished. Why is spinach such a powerful defender against leg cramps? The secret is magnesium, nature's muscle relaxant. While calcium and potassium help regulate muscle contractions, magnesium works like a key that unlocks tight muscles. Think of magnesium as WD-40 for your muscle fibers, helping everything move smoothly. As we age, our magnesium levels often decline, making us more susceptible to those painful cramps. The beauty of spinach is how easily it can be incorporated into meals without changing flavors much. Unlike kale's strong taste, spinach has a mild flavor that blends into almost anything. I add a handful to my morning scrambled eggs. It wilts instantly and barely changes the taste. My wife blends it into her fruit smoothies. With berries and banana, you can't even taste it. For lunch, try adding it to soups, sandwiches, or wraps. Here's my cooking tip. To preserve the most magnesium, avoid overcooking spinach. A light sauté or adding it just before serving hot dishes allows it to wilt without losing nutrients. For salads, massage the leaves with a little olive oil to break down the fibers and make them easier to digest. Not a fan of leafy greens? I understand. Try my stealth spinach trick. Blend a handful into tomato sauce for pasta or pizza. The color blends right in and the taste disappears. Or finely chop and mix it into meatballs or burger patties. My grandkids devour my special meatballs without realizing they're eating spinach. How many of you already include spinach in your diet? I'd love to hear your creative ways of enjoying this cramp-fighting powerhouse. 6. Almonds, the long-term solution. James, a 75-year-old veteran from my chess club, had suffered from debilitating leg cramps for years. Despite trying various quick fixes, nothing provided lasting relief until his daughter suggested adding almonds to his daily diet. I was skeptical, James told me, but I started eating a small handful every afternoon. After 3 months of this simple habit, James experienced a remarkable 90% reduction in cramps. Now, 2 years later, he rarely has a cramp at all. It wasn't an overnight miracle, he explains, but a gradual, steady improvement that's lasted. While the foods we've discussed so far provide immediate relief, almonds work differently. They're the marathon runner, not the sprinter, in our cramp-fighting arsenal. Almonds are exceptionally rich in magnesium, containing more than almost any other readily available food. This magnesium works gradually to replenish your body's deep reserves, creating long-term protection against cramps. But almonds offer something more, healthy fats that help your body absorb and utilize magnesium efficiently. Think of these healthy fats as the delivery truck that ensures magnesium reaches your muscle cells where it's needed most. Many seniors ask me how to incorporate almonds properly. I recommend eating 15 to 20 almonds daily, about a small handful, preferably in the afternoon. This provides enough magnesium without excessive calories. Here's a tip many don't know. Soaking almonds overnight in water makes them easier to digest and their nutrients more bioavailable. Simply place your daily portion in water before bed, drain in the morning, and enjoy them throughout the day. For those with dental concerns, almond butter is an excellent alternative. A tablespoon spread on whole grain toast or stirred into oatmeal provides similar benefits without the crunch. Sliced or slivered almonds, which are softer than whole ones, can be sprinkled on salads or yogurt. If almonds aren't an option for you, try pumpkin seeds. They're softer and equally rich in magnesium. My favorite strategy combines the foods we've discussed for maximum benefit. I call it my cramp-free cocktail. A small bowl of Greek yogurt topped with sliced banana, a teaspoon of almond butter, and a sprinkle of ground flax seeds. This combination provides immediate protection through calcium and potassium while building long-term resilience with magnesium. James now brings a similar mixture to our chess games and says his improved sleep and reduced cramps have even made him a better chess player. Have you tried incorporating almonds or other nuts into your diet to prevent cramps? What changes have you noticed? Share your experience in the comments. These 6 powerful foods, bananas with potassium, sweet potatoes with their overnight protection, oranges for daytime defense, yogurt's calcium shield, spinach's hidden magnesium, and almonds for long-term relief, have transformed my life and the lives of countless seniors I've shared them with. I haven't experienced a serious leg cramp in over 2 years since incorporating this natural approach. Remember, consistency is key. You won't see overnight miracles from just one meal. Create your own anti-cramp routine by combining these foods throughout your day. Which of these foods will you try first? Share your experiences in the comments below. I personally read and respond to as many as I can. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical health tips that help us thrive, not just survive, in our golden years.